sharing with you 5 things that I love about being married. And number 5 is the major word. So stay with me. So the number 1 thing that I genuinely love about being married is companionship. You know this person, you both have different backgrounds, different perspectives, different personalities most of the time. And you know, they say opposites attract. And a lot of times it's actually true. You're just 2 different people. For example, from my background, I happen to be the last child. And from my husband's side, he happens to be the first child. See, that disparity alone is a lot. Let me take it further now. I happen to have just 1 brother. We're all girls. And then for my husband, he has just a sister. They happen to be all boys. You see, that already depicts that we have different life experiences because our growing up was just different. And now we're coming together to build a family, to build a home. And being 8 years now, it's just companionship. So I love that in marriage. It's just the uniqueness of bringing things from different backgrounds and making it to work. I love it about marriage. Number 2 thing that I genuinely love about marriage is the deep conversations and the growth that we get to experience. You know, in marriage, you get challenged emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Like, the best of you can come out if you put enough effort, and the worst of you can also come out if you let it. Seriously, that's a place where you get to discover yourself on a much more deeper level. Yes, as a single woman, you're going to get into you have room to discover yourself, you know, self-awareness. You get to know your weaknesses, your strengths, and how to walk through them. But marriage literally brings the real you to the bed, to the surface. You are able to realize that you have to evolve into another person, take on a new image, which is, of course, better image of yourselves. Having to experience growth with somebody who is totally different from you is a beautiful thing to experience. And I really, really, genuinely love that about being married. I love it. The emotional challenge that comes from it, having to see from somebody else's perspective, the decision to love genuinely, I love it. I just love that aspect. It contributes to the overall growth. Number 3 thing that I genuinely love about being married is our shared laughter and the inside jokes. My God, oh. And my husband can literally sit down and have some conversations and you would not even understand what we are talking about. Let people think of it from now till whenever. They cannot get what you are talking about. That's because it's just about you both. The inside joke is something that I won't trade for anything. There are things that we just laugh about. Something I've learned in marriage is there are some things you do not hold tight to your chest. There are some things, just let go. Choose your battles. There are some things that we will joke over, and it's just all gone. We'll address the main issues and joke about some things that did not go as planned. It's life, right? We get better by the day. Another thing that I genuinely love about being married is the teamwork that we share. Yes, towards the same goal. You know, I'm trying to achieve a goal, and my husband is all out to support me, giving me his very full support. It's something I really love. You know, having this one person that has your back, I really, really love it. You know, most of the time, we as women have been made to understand that we are helpmates. But the truth of the matter is, it's vice versa. What you give, you also get to experience. So as you get to help your man, you are also being helped in fulfilling your life goals and what's God's plan and purposes for your life. So for that one thing, I love it so much about marriage, that you're certain that this person is with me, even when all others are not here. You see, the teamwork and the partnership that is required to help each one achieve their goals is something that I love so much. I remember there was a time I had just completed my youth service and I was in Lagos. My husband was also in Lagos at the time. And I was still job hunting. So the opportunity came for me to cater for an event. It was like a camp meeting. And I took it on because when it comes to bulk cooking, I'm really, really good at that too. I'm really good at bulk cooking. So I took on the event. The contract came like the eve of the day that I was supposed to commence. And you guess what? I remember it was in Ketu, Alakpere at the time. As soon as I reached out to him and told him the situation of things, guess what happened? He made sure that that very afternoon, it was already going towards evening, he followed me into the market. I mean, into mile 12 market. Just because he knew that his babe was going to make some money out of this deal that was going to help her. He was not going to collect the money from me, but he followed me. And you see, that teamwork and partnership is something that I so love. It started way before we got married, and then it's also helped us right into marriage right now. There is literally nothing that he decides to say, oh, I want to do this thing. I'm all out. I'm supporting him. If I say I want to do this one and I want to achieve this one, he's all out supporting me. So I just love that teamwork and partnership of our marriage. Seriously, I really love it. And the last thing, which is the major one, is the spiritual connection and the purpose alignments. Because believe it or not, marriage is first spiritual. Marriage is very spiritual. And I love the fact that I and my husband are able to bond on the level of, we are able to bond on that level of spirituality. You know, one thing I've noticed is that most of the time when God is giving him a vision, I'm already knowing where my place is in that vision. Like, it's that deep. And it was even one of the things that I saw before we got married. It was literally as though most of my jottings that I already had, it was as if most of the jottings I already had in my place of personal communion with God, it was just as though the Holy Ghost dubbed it and gave it to him. You know, that connection was just there. Most of the things he was saying, I was saying it, it was just clicking. Most of those things were just clicking. So I love the fact that in marriage, we are opportune to have the connection and then the purpose alignments. One thing I've realized about marriage is that marriage is for purpose. As a child of God, marriage for you is for purpose. You are not just marrying for companionship. As much as all those things that I've listed earlier are there, the most important thing that God is aiming at to achieve with your marriage is to fulfill his purpose here on the earth. One of which is to raise godly seeds. So there is a way you are aligned in your marriage that is just unique to you. And you know one thing about this purpose alignment, because there's an assignment to be done, even if there are personal issues, you always find a way to get back to the drawing board. You both will realize that all those things are trivial when it comes to the purpose that God has called you both to fulfill. And that's just so beautiful. So beautiful to me about marriage. This one person that you just click. It's just like you both have the same blueprints. Permits me to use that word. Like, you both just have the same blueprints when it comes to living out your purposes here on earth. And at the end of it all, you realize that God is glorified in everything that you actually do. If you're married here, take a moment to reflect about the things that you're genuinely grateful for about being married. What that helps you to do is for you to be genuinely grateful for the things that you have. And that's as a way of helping you to have renewed affection and changes your perspective about your relationship. If you're single here, I hope this video helps you to have the right perspective.